Have you ever spent your whole life being kind to everyone except yourself? I did. 94 years on this earth, and the person I treated worst was the one in the mirror. I protected people who hurt me. I stayed quiet to keep the peace, but I never learned how to be gentle with my own heart. Don't make that mistake. People think self-love is selfish. It isn't. It's survival. Because if you don't learn to love yourself, you'll spend your life accepting crumbs and calling it a feast. I know. I lived on crumbs for decades. I married young, not because I was deeply in love, but because I was afraid no one else would choose me. When you don't feel worthy, attention feels like love. It took me half a lifetime to understand the difference. I learned to shrink, to speak softly, to apologize for things that weren't my fault. I thought being small made me easier to keep. It only made me easier to ignore. Stop abandoning yourself to make other people comfortable. Every time you silence your truth, a piece of you disappears, and one day you wake up and don't recognize who you became. I spent years saying yes when I meant no. Yes to favors. Yes to disrespect. Yes to people who only remembered me when they needed something. I thought love meant sacrifice. No one told me it wasn't supposed to feel like loss. The loneliest feeling in the world is being surrounded by people who don't really see you. I stood in crowded rooms, smiling politely, while feeling completely invisible, because I was invisible to myself first. I remember my 40th birthday. Everyone laughing, music playing, candles glowing, and I stood there smiling, feeling like a guest in my own life. Don't wait for someone else to choose you. Choose yourself. No one is coming to rescue the life you refuse to claim. I thought happiness was something you earned after you worked enough, after you gave enough, after you suffered enough. But happiness isn't a reward. It's a decision I was terrified to make. I stayed in places that drained me because leaving felt selfish. Listen carefully. Staying where you are not valued is the real selfishness. You're wasting a life that was never meant to be small. Protect your peace like it's oxygen, because it is. No job, no relationship, no expectation is worth suffocating for. I used to think strength meant enduring everything. Now I know. Strength is walking away without explaining yourself. I keep a photo of the younger version of me. Bright eyes, soft smile, hope still intact. I wish I could tell her she was enough exactly as she was. Stop measuring your worth by how much you can endure. Love isn't proven by suffering. You don't have to bleed to deserve to stay. I gave my best years to people who only loved me when I was useful. Usefulness is not love. It's convenience. There comes a moment when you realize you've been living for everyone else. And suddenly, the silence feels terrifying. Because you don't know who you are without them. Spend time alone before life forces you to. Learn your own voice, your own company, your own dreams. Otherwise, aging will feel like exile. At 94, the world gets quiet. Phones stop ringing. Invitations disappear. That's when you finally hear yourself clearly. That's when you find out who loved you and who loved your usefulness. And what I heard was a woman who had been waiting her entire life to be loved by me. I stopped buying things I liked. I would choose the practical option, the cheaper one, the one that didn't draw attention. I kept telling myself, this isn't the season for me. Years passed, and suddenly, there were no seasons left. I learned to eat last, after everyone was served, after everyone was satisfied. By the time I sat down, the food was cold. If you always wait until everyone else is okay, you end up living on leftovers. I stopped taking photos of myself. I was always the one behind the camera, capturing birthdays, vacations, other people's smiles. Now I look through those albums, and I'm barely there. I told myself I would rest later. After the kids grew up, after things calmed down. Life never calmed down. It just kept asking for more until there was nothing left to give. One day I caught my reflection in a store window and didn't recognize the woman walking beside me. She looked tired, quieter, smaller than she used to be, and I realized I had been shrinking for years. You don't lose yourself in a single dramatic moment. You lose yourself in ordinary days when no one is paying attention. And by the time you notice, years have passed and you don't know how to come back. I remember standing in the kitchen at midnight, eating the crusts of my children's sandwiches over the sink. Everyone else asleep, everyone else fed. It was the only quiet moment that belonged to me. Motherhood is beautiful, but no one tells you how easily you disappear inside it. Your name becomes Mom. Your needs become optional. Your dreams become something you'll get back to later. Some of us never do. I learned to read the room before I spoke, to adjust my tone, my opinions, not to keep the peace, but to avoid being called difficult. I remembered everyone's birthdays, appointments, school projects, favorite meals, but I couldn't remember the last time someone asked what I needed. Caregiving is love, but it can also erase you. The day the house got quiet after my children left, I walked from room to room like a visitor. Everything was in its place, except me. Losing yourself doesn't happen all at once. It happens in tiny trade-offs. I'll rest later. I'll think about me someday. Someday is a dangerous word. Most of the time, self-love isn't loud. It's small. It's saying no without apologizing. It's resting without guilt. It's looking in the mirror and not attacking what you see. Every wrinkle I have is proof I stayed, proof I survived a life where I was often the last person I cared for. This imperfect woman you are right now is the one you will miss when time runs out. Be kind to her. She's carrying more than anyone sees. If you learn to love yourself early, aging won't feel like losing everything. It will feel like finally coming home. I'm 94, and the peace I have now cost me an entire lifetime. Don't pay that price. When this video ends, don't scroll. Look at yourself with the kindness you give everyone else. Start there, because one day you'll wish you had loved her sooner, and I promise you, she was worth it all along. What's one way you'll be kinder to yourself today?